Hi guys, Barbara here from Barbara Makes Crafts, and today I want to show you how to make these awesome glitter ornaments. One that says Santa Cam, one that says Elf Cam, and these are so cute. I have two grandbabies, they're 2 and 3, and I always give them a little ornament, some Christmas pajamas, Christmas dress, book, or something, just as an early little gift. And this year I decided to go ahead and make these little treats for them. So we're going to get started, and the materials you'll need will be vinyl, you'll need weeding tools, you'll need these little ornaments. I'm using plastic ones that I got from Michael's. You will need, of course, your Cricut mats. You'll need a Cricut machine or some other cutting machine like that. You'll need alcohol and a lint-free cloth. You'll need glitter, and you'll need polyurethane, or I'm actually going to use Fusion Tough Coat. I love that stuff. It does so much. I'm sure as much as polyurethane or more. And I'll be linking to all these products down below in the description, and I hope that you enjoy this and that you will craft along with me. We are going to be layering vinyl, which I know can be a little bit intimidating, but I'm going to make it so easy for you. This is a rather large craft, a lot of little layers to layer, but don't let that intimidate you at all. So let's get started, and we'll move over to Design Space, Cricut Design Space, and I'll show you exactly what to do to get these started making. Okay, so now we've got all our layers separated out, and our registration marks, our triangles are in place. And the next thing that we need to do is get our registration marks the same color as the piece that they are cutting out. So make sure that your piece is not attached or welded or grouped, because you want to get just that triangle right there. And go up here right next to where it says cut. You'll see that little colored square right there. Just click on it, and it'll bring down the colors. And this one we want to be yellow to match the little yellow ball that it has. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. Just click on the triangle, it's black. Click the little square up there and make it green. And so the next step is very important to the way your image is going to cut. So what we want to do is we want to select the registration mark and the layer, and go ahead and attach it. And I have done that to the rest of the layers, and so, but we just need to attach these two. And then we are going to be ready to cut. Okay, so go up here where it says make it, and just click on make it, and it's going to sort for us by color. And the first color it wants us to use is a gray. I'm going to use silver because I really don't have a true gray. And the great thing about this project is that you can use scraps for most of it. The green parts, we may have to use a whole sheet, but for the most part, you can just use a scrap. So I'm just going to look. This is higher than 2 inches, and it's just a little bit over 2 inches here. So I know that my scrap needs to be at least 2 by 2.5. So I've got that. Just in this little edge right here. Just because I'm OCD, I'm going to peel that off. And then we've got that first mat ready to go. What I like to do is get 1 or 2 mats ready. Let's see what's on this mat. What we need to do here. And then I can get the other mats ready while these are cutting. Get that on there, ready to go. Make sure it's straight, no bubbles, all that good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the first mat here and hit continue. Okay, so I'm switching to my tablet now because it will use Bluetooth on my tablet. So I hit make it, and it wants the yellow mat first, so just put the yellow on the mat like so. And then hit continue. And it's going to ask what kind of material. We set it at vinyl. I have a brand new blade in my Cricut, so I'm just using the default pressure setting. So at this point, we just follow the flashing button and it'll start cutting our project. Okay, we'll take that one out. Going to want us to load the next one, and the next one is red. So I'm just going to put the red on the bottom of this mat. We only need it for one little bitty cut. That's kind of great thing about this project. Alright, so again, it's asking us to set our material. We want vinyl, and hit go. And the next one is the gray. So we'll just load that like that. Pick our material, vinyl. Okay, so now we've got all our cutting done, and it's time to do our weeding. Now, weeding is just simply taking away the pieces you don't need. And I like to think of it like this. If you're weeding a garden, you're taking away the things you don't want in your garden. So weeding your vinyl is taking away the things you don't want to put on your project. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off any vinyl that surrounds my project so that it's out of my way. I just use my true control knife for that. Put that over there. And then taking a weeding tool here. First thing I'm going to do is take off all the excess vinyl, which should just leave the pieces that were cut out. And I like to take my weeding tool just to get it up, the vinyl off the backing, and just slowly pull it away. And then make sure that this vinyl, this is not as big of a deal as some weeding, because when you have little bitty pieces, they can definitely show back up in your project. So I'm going to weed this one next. And again, just pull the vinyl from its backing, and the cut pieces should stay. Move that over there, and I'm going to actually go back to my back here to my projects. No, actually I'm going to just go upload like this so that I can see the elf cam right there. I can see on these little bitty ones what I'm actually supposed to be keeping. And this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about right here, these little bitty pieces. I just take some of my vinyl that I've already used up, try to put them on that, and weed them out. And I've got these tweezers that have itty bitty pointed ends on them. Makes this so much easier. And I do like to weed on my mat because it's just kind of, you don't have to hold it down. If you need two hands to weed it, you can use them without having to mess up your project. Okay, there's that one. Alright, so the yellow. And just put those over there for a second. The last piece will be our black. Okay, so all the weeding is done, and that was super easy. So now we are going to begin getting our transfer tape and putting it all together. So I've got lots of tutorials and Cricut fun hacks coming after the first of the year, after we make some fun Christmas presents. That I feel like you've got layering down if you can do this one. Okay, so now we do our transfer tape, and I've got all these little pieces over here. All right, so we're just going to cut our transfer tape. And I'm going to cut about this much and see if it'll work on most of it. And I'll tell you a little trick, guys, about getting your transfer tape off the backing. Super easy. Now it's not going to come off its backing super easy, but when you go to apply it, there's a little trick that I learned while making this project. So take your piece that you want to put your transfer tape on and put it on, leaving just a little hair above your backing there, so that when you go to pull it off to put on your project, that will be one less thing you have to fool with. Also, something that I have learned on this project is to go ahead and burnish your vinyl down before you cut out each individual piece. It will save you a good bit of time, and don't ask me how I know. Okay, so I've got that done. I'll do this one. Then we'll do the yellow. I love these lines on the back of the vinyl and the transfer tape, because I'm not an even cutter even with my true control knife, and that is very helpful for me. Black, and we leave a little bit of the transfer tape on the top. Go ahead and burnish it down. So we've got our red, it's just one layer, it's already cut. For our green, now you want to make sure that you get a triangle with each layer. So this one is going to be cut like that, and like that, and I really try to cut them straight, but sometimes the way it's laying on the backing, if I cut straight, I'm going to cut into another layer. So alright, so I'm just going to line them up. They don't really have to be lined up or whatever. I just like to, so I can just grab what I'm needing next and move on. Alright, so there's our green. And our black. This is an example of one that is very difficult to cut straight. But I managed without getting into the other design. Okay, here's red. This black is going to be a little tricky, I can tell. And yellow is the final one we need to cut. And again, no matter how odd it seems, make sure you have a triangle with each layer. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I have this ornament that's got glitter on it, and it kind of messed up. Oh well. I'm going to wipe it down with alcohol. If you know me or know anything about crafting this way with vinyl and all that, you have to wipe it down with alcohol, get all the oils and dust and dirt off of it so that your vinyl will stick. And I learned a little trick while I was trying to make this, and that is because if you just leave that flat, see how it wants to roll? So I just put it on my little scissors, and then I can work with it that way. Okay, so we're going to start. I like to start in the very middle, that very first layer, and that is this silver piece with the little hexagon in it, and place it. I kind of eyeball it. If you want to measure, go right ahead. Alright, then make sure your triangle is going down. Okay, so that's your first layer. The next layer is going to be the green pieces. So I'm just going to start with the green pieces. Not try to do them in any particular order because then I'll get very frustrated. Alright, so that one's going to lay down like that. And see, you line that registration mark, whatever shape you chose to use, just line it up with the first one down there. And it should give you a perfect placing of your layer. And if you were observant, you'll notice that my triangles came up, but the bottom one stayed on. And that's okay, because as long as you have that one there, you can still line the rest of your project up with it. It's not ideal, because some of them do get a little off from time to time, but where there's a will, there's a way, right? Like I said, we've got that one bottom one down there. They're all coming off anyway once you're done putting the project together, so it's all right. And from experience, I can tell you that bottom one probably is not going to come off without some kind of intervention. Okay, so the next thing is our black circle. And I'm just going from the center out, guys. Alright, the next one is the other silver circle. So so now we're going to start with the elf hat. And this little piece is the very first piece we need. I just want to make sure. I tried to use a different green from the green in the ornament, just so it would stand out more. Maybe I should have used a brighter one, but it's alright. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the crown. We're almost done, guys. Like that, okay. Then we just need to put our yellows on. Oh, I forgot about the words. We do have to put those on, but then we'll be done. So here we have the finished product. We've got the Santa Cam. I did add a bow to them, a little Merry Christmas bow to the green one, and just a green bow to the red one, just to make them a little cuter. And so easy. It is a little time consuming, and like I said, those layers can be a little daunting, but if you have the patience and the time, there's nothing to it. So I'm so happy that you watched my channel today, my YouTube channel, and I hope that you will hit that little subscribe button below and the little bell so you can get notifications. And while you're there, just go ahead and hit that like button just to let me know that that helps me to know what you want to see more of and what you don't want to see more of. And it really does make a difference. It really does help support me and my little craft projects that I do for you. So I will link below to all the products that I used, and I will, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will get back with you. I will answer them just as soon as possible. Also, join my Facebook group at facebook.com/BarbaraMakesCrafts. Easy to join. Just ask to join and I will approve you. And also follow me on Pinterest at BBYRD67, or you may be able to find me under Barbara Makes Crafts. I haven't exactly figured that out yet, but if you will follow me there, I would certainly appreciate it. And I hope that all is well with you, and we will see you next time. And until then, happy crafting.